Hello Pisces, welcome back to my channel. I am Mariana and I will do the vibes inside for you today. I almost heard myself say, and I am the vibes in you today. Okay, that's a bit interesting because the energy that I pick up on today is first of all, I have shells here. And Pisces, you being the third water sign, you're the only one without a shell. You're the only one who doesn't have claws or something, a shell to hide behind or to somehow protect you. But somehow I feel like you wish you had to protect, like the. And now I took it with me, the little pearl. And now it's gone. No, it's here. Okay. The little pearl. Right. I have the feeling that you know that you are like this inside, the little beautiful, valuable pearl. And you would wish, I feel like, that you had a shell to somehow hide something. Keep something safe or hide it. But we also know that these shells here are fragile. They are not really that, at least this one isn't very tough. It can easily be broken. Somehow I get the feeling that maybe you are a Pisces who has been working to get a shell. But the shell may not be as thick or as you would like it to be. Like maybe you are literally building from one set of shield into a big, like much more solid one. Somehow. And I wanted to take the orange cloth on the I don't know if you can see it's orange, but it's orange. And this connects with the womb, right? This is where we have the creative power source inside us. This is where the women create life in the womb. That could be what this also talks about, a little like a fetus maybe growing and needing to be safe somehow. It can be a part of yourself we talk about, but it connects with the sacral chakra, so one of the lower chakras. And somehow I was puzzled by the orange, but it felt orange, that I needed orange, and I kind of sat and meditated on like the orange color here. Why orange somehow? Because what I felt was going on felt very airy. It felt like words in the wind. It felt like spoken or communicated somehow. And so I was a little bit puzzled about the orange color here. And what also came up was something like orange is well connected with sacral chakra. It's the womb, it's the creative life force, you could say. This is where initiation starts. This is also where it's possible. So the environment is usually right for this, unless something is off with the sacral chakra. Maybe you have a blocked sacral chakra. But I was directed in another, like a different direction. I was directed towards oranges, fruit juice, nectar, right? The pollinating of, you could say, from bees to flowers and so on. And somehow I get the feeling that something is pollinating you. It could be something airy, like an air sign, something airy, or something you hear, something you are hearing, watching or hearing, something that is communicated through television, social media, post, or mail, or whatever, phone calls, words that are somehow, words that come towards you, pollinate you, or they have done that. I don't know, maybe they have done it in the past. It's like it becomes almost you, like it unites with you as this is also the sexual chakra, right? It's almost like the words are not just spoken words, Pisces. If you're not careful, they can actually, what's that called? Unite with you somehow. They can become you, or you. Words somehow, maybe also the tone of words. If someone is yelling at you or something, it's like it gets intertwined with your energy. It's almost like it's pollinating you. It's like it creates an entrance to something very sacred here. So words have a certain, or communication altogether, like there could be something like that if you watch a movie, it's not just that you watch a movie, it's almost like you take it in, like whatever is being said and done in the movie, you have an extra ability or vulnerability maybe towards that interaction, because it's not just you watching it and having a great barrier between you and what happens in the film. If you're not careful, you can somehow allow what is happening to merge, I want to say merge with you somehow. That's what I feel. I got something like nectar. I saw the humming bee like pollinating with a flower, right? And I kind of just, and the humming bee is flying, right? Like, as I said, airy, something airy comes and sits on you, and it leaves something behind. And whatever it's leaving, that is merging with you. So the impression, the projection, the anger maybe, or also the joy, I want to say, it's like it has an extra penetrating sense of interaction with the deeper layers, perhaps like the pearl inside you here, the one you want to keep sacred and safe. That's what I feel like. And maybe this has happened many, many times during your lifetime, that when people talk to you, they are not just interacting superficially with you. Or at least, maybe they are, but you are not. You are somehow open to much more. And again, the fish, the Pisces, doesn't have a shell, right? It doesn't have a shell to be protected with or in. Maybe you are trying to figure out how to get one somehow, so that you can still be sensitive maybe and still be you, but without like leaving all doors open, right? yeah, that's what I feel like, something like that. It's an interesting pictures. It felt like nectar. There's something about, I also get the feeling like if you are the like the flower with the nectar, you could have like people like are drawn to you that are airy, like they may have an airy way. So air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe, like drawn to you somehow because you have something here that they would like to merge with, I feel like. Not just in a sexual way, perhaps, but also in just a friendly, maybe you have nurture here. Maybe you have the nectar, whatever the nectar is. I said like orange juice, like this sweet, fresh, full of vitamin C and sparkly maybe, or fresh, not too sour, right? It still has a sweetness to it, and that could be something like you have a certain appeal, maybe. A certain appeal. It could be your sexuality also, that there's something you're vibing that draws people to you. But even conversation that has nothing to do with sexuality or anything like that, just so to speak, superficial stuff. People may be drawn to something you have, a character trait or a charisma or something. They're drawn to it. And when you have interaction with them, when they leave, it's like something has left or something is still there. Something is still there, and it's like it almost merges with you somehow. This pollinating, like they leave something. Like for instance, the flower on the orange bush doesn't create the orange unless pollinating has taken place. So it's like the fruit of you could say, the fruit of you that is potentially there, like the big, beautiful, juicy orange. Like that could be your, what can we say, your utmost productive self, right? Something very attractive and fruity and fertile and big and so on. And something that people like. It's attractive. People like oranges, right? That can only come from pollinating with, you could say, the right hummingbee, perhaps. So maybe you are trying to select now who would be the right match for me in order for me to grow my orange. You being the tree, perhaps, the feminine tree energy. Sensitive, psychic, emotional, soft. Again, the feminine qualities of being understanding, perhaps, nurturing. So you have all what it takes to nurture something into becoming the big orange, but you have to pollinate with something. And it has to be the right thing, I think, that somehow maybe you're figuring out, you're walking out there with your little seed here and looking for maybe a mate, but also a bit worried that I can't let anyone come near me who doesn't like for the orange to become big and fruity and juicy and attractive and everything. For me to build that, create that. We could talk about a child also. For me to grow that, I need the right building blocks, right? I need the right people around me, maybe. I need the right, maybe the right city where people like oranges or they like what it is that I'm trying to grow here. I need the right people. I need the right place, perhaps. Again, remember, there's this sense of merging. So you merge with maybe your surroundings or what you hear, that is around you. Let's say your next door neighbor is yelling all the time. You hear it through the walls, right? And even if it's not your situation, it has nothing to do with you, you still hear it somehow. And you may find it like it feels bad somehow. And probably it is. But for you it also, even if you are just a neighbor, right? But you may still pick it up anyway. So that's kind of the scenario that I pick up on here. And just if that doesn't resonate with you, maybe this story is not for you. Again, sorry I didn't have a spiel when I sat down. I went right into the energy. Maybe that's actually what this is also about. It's like something around you that could be airy, something you hear, you see it, you witness it, you can't not hear it. It's part of a conversation, it's part of maybe a letter you get that you read, an email, a text, a phone call, something like that. And it's like let's say you are about to say hello to someone. Hello, my name is such and such, as I do in my spiel normally, right? Hello, my name is, and I do this, and this is what I normally do. And then something comes in and kind of merges with you, but it's not what you want, perhaps. Whatever wants to merge with you is not helping you grow your orange, right? So you could be sensitive about airy stuff, I want to say. Stuff around you that somehow has an airy element to it. And it's not just the words, it's also the tone of it, or the intentions behind it, maybe, or maybe you are very clever at this point in tuning into the words and figuring out, is this for me? Like, is this a person that I really want to interact with? Is this something that can help me grow is this supportive, you could say, or is it actually repressing? And just remember, it doesn't have to be a direct contact. It can be something happening in the street and you hear it and you go to the window and you watch what's happening, but somehow it leaves an imprint. It leaves something. And that imprint is still somehow operating in you, and actually maybe it blocks you from growing that orange, right? So be very mindful about what kind of interaction you have. Also, I want to say like movies, music, maybe film, conversations with people. I don't know if it's just this time around or whether it's like a general thing with you. Be mindful about what, like the feeling of merging with people's, let's say, if people are hurting, if you have a tendency to merge with that pain and almost feel it and be very empathic and very understanding and helpful, just try to consider whether when they leave, maybe they feel nurtured by your care and understanding, and when they leave they may feel better, but how do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel like you suddenly got another load of something to take care of? So there's something about they want to, I feel like, pollinate with, you want to maybe also pollinate with something, but just be mindful how it affects you, right? Yeah, that's what I feel like. Okay, let's have a look here. And again, we have to remember that the energy of Pisces doesn't shut down. It's not like Pisces has opening hours. This is your energy 24/7, every single day. So let's have a look if this resonates for you somehow, and you have been like this all your life. Just figure out how much load you have taken in that is perhaps not yours, but you have somehow merged with it anyway. It could be the feeling that you somehow feel a little bit like a dustbin, right? That something, every time you have an interaction with someone, of course they can cheer you up if they are very happy, but if it's the other way around, that they are angry or sad, or they are moody or not in a great mood, or they're critical, it's like, remember that if you have a tendency to merge with that, or that they leave something of it with you, then it's like you have to figure out how to clean yourself from that before you can actually maybe attend to your own seed here, right? So be careful about, it could even go as far as pollution in the air, radiation in the air, something like that. That it merges with your energy field, or it merges with you somehow. And if you're very sensitive, you would pick up on this, like literally become tired or exhausted, or feel nauseous, or maybe you get a fever or something like that. Headaches, something like that, right? That you may have a tendency to actually, like, you merge with maybe people you care about, right? Energetically you merge with them because you care for them, you like them, you want to help them, you want to be there for them. But at the same time, it's like they leave something with you, I feel like. And maybe they feel helped. Like maybe they leave the scene and feel better. But I'm not sure you do. Like it's like they leave a footprint of something, and now you have to deal with that footprint. And if you have many footprints or many stamps from other people all over your energetic field, it can be like an overload, right? The feeling of there's too much here. And therefore you're trying to shield, or I don't know how this shielding is working for you. This could be something like you stay at home. You use the doors and the windows of your home as a shield. It could be that you prefer to ride in a car instead of a bike and bus, because in the car you can ride alone and you can close the door and you can take off whenever you want, and you get my point. It's like it could be something about maybe your clothing, that you use a certain clothing. Maybe you have a cap and sunglasses, and or maybe you like a hoodie. You pull the hood over your head and like hiding, a sense of like hiding something here. Hiding yourself a little bit. Maybe not hiding, but shielding. Yeah, shielding, I want to say shielding yourself. And figuring out how to grow it bigger, I think. Grow it more and more. Trying to, at least, because it's like there's too much merging going on, and it prohibits you from maybe evolving, maybe creating the orange, as I said, ever to... It could even be if you are young and you're looking for a partner, you would like a child, that it's difficult to find a partner, because every time you talk with someone, they leave an imprint. And therefore, you can easily get overwhelmed, right? You can easily, almost like you are carrying other people's stuff. And therefore I said in the beginning, when I was just make the introduction, I said something, I always say, I am Mariana and I will do the vibes inside for you. And I almost said, and I am the vibes inside of you, in the sense that it's like they have merged, right? They are in there somehow. Which is something, at least I want to say, if that makes sense to you watching out there, if that resonates, you must be extremely sensitive. And I want to say, you shielding yourself is probably necessary at this time. But what can Pisces do in that situation, I feel like. But let's get a little bit... And now the mic fell down here, so there could be something about boundaries, or not voicing your needs, not voicing like a certain sense of distance, maybe, that you need people not to stand too close to you. You need them to back off, or you cannot be around people that long. Or at least it could be even something like what they tell you, that maybe you need a different boundary in what they tell you, what they share with you, because it influences you. So you have a need to be less involved maybe with certain people, even if you like them and care for them. Maybe you need to somehow almost like take a time off where you're not communicating with them, to cleanse or to heal or to somehow purify. It's like your own creative process is like it's always blocked, or something new comes in, and something new comes in, and something new comes in, and something new comes in. And then it builds up kind of this layering that you need to go through before you can actually attend to your own stuff here, which is you, and you wanting to build the orange. And the orange can just be like a metaphor for, let's say, a project, or maybe healing your own creative process, your wounding in maybe a sacral chakra area. There could be something about, as I said, your boundaries. You need more space to have the right environment for you to grow whatever it is that you may be trying to grow here. Or even if you're not growing anything, just to attend to you, right? but it's like it's always underneath a layer of something else. So something needs to be dealt with first before you can get there. It could be the feeling that, as I said, you have the nectar, right? That people like. Maybe you have a lot of people coming towards you that want your help. They want your listening ear. They like your maybe your psychic gifts. Maybe they like your soft approach. Maybe they like your understanding and your and these feminine qualities. Maybe they do like that a lot. But it can create this vacuum for you of like negative, like problem solving for people. Or you become almost this friend psychologist, right? That they all tend to go to or call because you have some kind of insight or some kind of understanding, and you have a nurturing, caring way. But it weighs on you. Every time it weighs on you. Because you don't have the shielding, right? You don't, not as much as the other water signs. But at the same time, you have some very profound psychic abilities that people may like. Yeah, I still get something about boundaries, like maybe like this idea of saying stop, or I'm full, like I'm full, don't tell me more, right? I'm full. It's like a hard drive being full. You cannot store more. I cannot store more in me. Like a storage unit that is overflowing somehow. And I get the feeling there's too much garbage I hear. Too much garbage. And something that is not yours, I think. Sometimes we're not that lucky. We merge or we connect with people that are seemingly nice people, but underneath it all there may be other agendas, or there may be other battles of wills, or I don't know. I just get the feeling of this merger idea, that your energy field merges with certain people. And when that happens, they leave something with you, and it's like you have this, like I'm full, right? I'm full, and when you are full, you have to say no at some point. You have to say I can't take more in. Like I have to have time to process some of this and go through my like to-do list or my clean-up process or whatever it is for you. I have to go through that before I have time again, before I have free time in my schedule, before I can take in more energy, or I can connect with new people, or I can whatever it is for you. And somehow I get the feeling maybe this is not well received. Maybe it's not well received if you start saying no. Maybe people don't like that. They want you to stay the same, right? Something like that. Okay, overall energy here, intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. And here I have the feeling of like this airy, we see almost like the windy kind of energy around her here. The windy energy, that it's almost like she wants to kiss this heart of the trunk, right? So again, this windy intuitive communication could be like a feeling of telepathy, or if you pick up on like lyrics, or and again, look at how it's like it wants to kiss the heart, right? It's something that it wants to connect with something special within you here, Pisces. Something that is very you and very sacred and very beautiful and very special. And they know that, I think. They know that. They need it, maybe. Intuitive communication, something like you pick up on something. Yeah, as I said, telepathy. Maybe you, again, using your psychic gift, you may pick up on something here from people. And when you do that, it kisses you or touches your heart somehow. Again, it merges with something. Silent whispers of the heart. It's silent, perhaps, even. Or, how can I explain? It's energy, I feel like. An energy transfer that happens silently. People are not saying, now I transfer my problem to you. They're not doing that. But somehow that happens, I feel like. Because their heart is whispering for healing. And you may have the healing touch or the healing glow or something. And they may want that, but it's just, and when they connect with that, they feel so liberated. They feel heard and loved and nurtured, right? But it may leave you with the feeling that, like, they took part of my heart away with them here. That feeling, I think. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, I get perception. Beyond the veil of illusion. Here again, I see this is like ultra psychic here. I feel like this is going on an energetic level here. I get throat chakra and third eye very activated here. So this is extremely psychic for me. Like, and she's not speaking. It could be like a communication that it's going on only in the ethereal realm or something like that. Very it's very psychic, silent whispers, right? It's psychic. And again, this idea that how do I protect myself from something like that? It's like an incoming, like you have an antenna for something. You may pick up on certain words or lyrics or something. Like someone is talking to you, but you can't see them, right? Maybe you know who they are, maybe you don't. You're just picking up on something. And it touches your heart somehow. Whatever is being transmitted, I want to say, it touches your heart. And it leaves an imprint. This underlying energy, so this can be subconscious, your subconscious working here. Trying to bring something forward from your subconscious mind, but this is ultra psychic, right? You have really, whoever I'm connecting with here, a very psychic person. Picking up on something here. Maybe someone wants like sending kisses to you, right? Maybe you pick up on the feeling of someone longing for you, or maybe you find yourself longing for someone else because you pick up on something. And again, remember this idea that you can merge. So if they send longing to you and you pick up on the energy and merge with it, it could be give you the feeling that you long for them as well. Do you get my point? Like a mirroring, merging feeling somehow. Actually, I've had some of this. It's many years ago I realized this, but I could stand in a crowd and of new people, and suddenly I have eye contact with someone, and instantly I may feel like a sexual pull, so like a passion starting up in me for that person, sexually, right? And I couldn't like logically, rationally explain that to myself. I didn't understand. This is a stranger. Yeah, I may sort of like how they look, not always, but I may sort of like how they look, but they are not like a dream person. It's not someone I covered, right? It's not someone I have been longing for years or something. This is a total stranger. And I couldn't figure out, why is it that I feel like this towards a stranger? I don't even know whether they are interested in me. But after years of interacting with people, I realized I pick up on some of their energy. It doesn't have to be that they are maybe sexually drawn to me, but they are sexually drawn to something, and I just pick up on the energy. It's like I as I said, almost merged with the energetic imprint, and I felt it. Like I felt something. Maybe it was towards me, maybe it wasn't, but I just felt something happening. And that could be the same with anger, with joy, with anything. I could pick up on it somehow. So it means an extreme openness to or sensitivity, but it's very important to decipher which is mine, my own, and which comes from other people somehow. There could be something about maybe eye contact also. If you're doubting whether something like this is happening for you, try to, for a while, maybe not have eye contact with people on the street. Just walk by them, right? I just realized that I could pick up on energies from other people without knowing them, without knowing how their day was, how their like social status, marriage status, or anything. I could pick up on their frustration, maybe anger, and also like sexual frustration. Maybe I could pick up on that, and I had the imprint of it in my body, but I couldn't like figure out why or where does it come from. So if you have many of those experiences during the day, it can be quite confusing actually to figure out which is mine and which is not, especially if you're just a child. What are you picking up on, right? And is it yours or is it not yours? And if you haven't had anyone to guide you, tell you that this actually exists, this is a thing. For certain people, this is a thing. Then you can be drawn into stuff. Like, as I said, I had like urgent, like a flaming upcoming passion for someone. Meaning that I could like literally get sexually aroused by looking someone in the eye, someone I didn't know. So if I would have reacted to it, I could have went for that person. I could have interacted with that person. Maybe I had sex with them and the next day not knowing why. You see my point? It's that kind of deciphering which is yours and which is not. And the only way you can do that is to clean from it, as separate from. So as I said, don't have eye contact with people on the street. Because when we say that sometimes the eyes are like the door to the soul or the window to the soul, but if you don't give people the opportunity to look, it's like you say no, right? You close the door. It's something like that. It's something like that. Yeah, okay. How do you want to put the cards, please, on this one? Okay, take these cards for that one. Take 2 cards. I don't know, it's like there's supposed to be something over here. I just... maybe I need the cards first. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Even something down here. What is this over here? What is this, please? A different deck. Kind of hovering, kind of flying. Could be this feeling of like the whisper, like this something. It's like I can't touch it. It doesn't want to have form. Like a card, because the card will show a form, right? Maybe it's something that doesn't have form, like a consciousness. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look here. What else can I get? I need the cards out. I feel like. So I need a card here and a card here and this one here. Okay, underlying energy here, I have the Magician in reversed. Okay, interesting. Yeah, like what I get from this is like, this is exactly what doesn't happen. Like, you never get to be your own magician. I feel like you never get to and again, there is something like, are you supposed to listen to this? Like, whatever is coming in here, is it just occupying your thoughts, derailing you somehow? Something airy, your thoughts, your, again, perception here, right? Perception can, well, this is how we see the world, right? This is how we perceive everything. Also the psychic realm, it's how we perceive it, see it, understand it. Somehow I get the feeling, is it good for you to listen? It comes across like a derailing, that it may derail you. That it just occupies your mind. Again, it wants to merge with you somehow. But I'm not sure it's a good thing for you though. This can be a Gemini here. Virgo also, but I said something about the like an airy feeling. I make a Gemini from this. And again, remember Gemini, that's the twins, right? They have two sides. Are they only showing you one, but have another gender? Or are you dealing with a magician here, a Gemini here, who is also psychically gifted, who is somehow communicating with you here? Something that is not, I just get the feeling it's not helping you. It's derailing you somehow. It's But it could also simply talk about, as I said, the more you merge or somehow pick up on energies from others, it leaves you more occupied with other people's stuff and allows you not to attend to your own transformation, perhaps. That you never get to it. It's like there's too much on top, that so many layers you need to go through before you actually get to yourself. And then the next day it fills up again, and then you have to go through it and cleanse it out or relax or so on, and then you may touch it for a little while, and then something else builds upon it. It's like you never get to the part where you can only attend to you somehow. Queen of Cups in reverse. As if this could be you, right? It could be, this is a water queen. She sits in this position, she sits alongside the water here in her throne, occupied with something here that she has her attention on. Could be her pearl, right? She sits with the feet in the water and is just feeling into something, touching something. Also allows herself to be a bit absorbed, maybe flowing with whatever she's connecting with here. But it came out in reverse, and this is again what I feel like. It's like you get out of tune with you if you don't have the time to sit like this queen here. I also get the feeling that this queen upright is a very self-loving person. She carries a lot of care and love and nurture and compassion. She's an empath and healer. But here I feel like eventually it's difficult for you to actually fill up your cups, right? To stay the nurturing, caring person, to stay that one. Because it's like people use it. They like I said, the nectar, right? They want the nectar, the healing nectar. They want to merge with that. But I just get the feeling it has almost come to the point now where, Pisces, maybe you can't keep up. Like you can't be the healer anymore, or the magician, the one that turns lead into gold, or the one that transforms tears into joy, right? You can't be that one anymore if you have no way of filling yourself up with that like beautiful potential somehow. This can also, I got something about mother energy. Could be something about a mother who wasn't but again, you could be the one who wants to become pregnant, right? Maybe you are looking for a person here whom you can connect your pearl, your seed with here, your egg maybe with in the womb, and you're looking for a partner, right? Maybe it's difficult to become the nurturing, caring mother here without someone whom you can pollinate with, whom you can merge with here somehow. But there could be something about a mother energy as well who wasn't very attentive. Perhaps here. Again, the feeling of shielding, right? She is not... this one sits in the open air. People could come towards her here, right? They could just walk towards her. But this one I feel like could be shielding themselves here. Three of Swords in reverse here. Well, Three of Swords talks about a broken heart. Like sadness, despair, sorrow, tears. Again, like your heart has been stabbed, right? Torn to pieces. That feeling of and that could also be the feeling that when I talk about this, that this is actually your heart we're talking about, that what you have experienced in your lifetime, it's like it tears the heart apart. Every time you merge with someone, every time the energy somehow, it affects the heart, right? It affects the heart. And that could also be what this is. People come towards you because they feel like a broken heart. And you're the one who is supposed to help them heal from it here. But somehow I get the feeling, because it's also interesting why I have this. Why are they not just like this? I still have to figure that one out. But it's like... it's almost like... like this is put in the front seat. This is the utmost I'm concentrating on. For now. This is what I'm concentrating on now. Like I want to heal from something. I have to heal a broken heart, or I have to release the swords here. Again, the airy, I said airy, like something airy is merging with you somehow. The feeling like it penetrates, or it merges, or it intertwines somehow with your heart. So whatever air has been sent to you, it has somehow affected your heart. Maybe you have realized some of this, that there has been lies or manipulation or agendas that you were not aware of. And now you're sitting here and trying to have your first priorities to heal your heart here, to overcome this heartbreak somehow, and take out the swords here, right? And in that process, I mean like really take them out, like de-merge. You could even say cut the ties, or cut bonds, or cut cords, or something. Like something that may have somehow gotten access to you in some way, your heart some way. It's like you're trying to figure out how to detach, like to detach from whatever these swords were here for you. And this is, I feel like, your main priority. That's why it's up here. This is the first thing that's on your mind. And I think it's because maybe you know that I will never, if this is still here, I can never somehow get to this. I can never, it can even be that you're releasing yourself from someone here. Because I want to, I have to get the swords out. I'm detaching from any sword connection or attachment or cord, bond, marriage bond, whatever this is for you, detaching from it. And the card is that this can be you, right? But you, it's like you've put yourself it feels like that this is current. Like this is current, and this is what you have your focus on. This feels more like past. But again, that there's something like it's not at the same level. It feels like at some point you really thought maybe little of yourself, or again you focusing on what you like to do, you focusing on your thing, you focusing on having the foot in the water and be connected with your element and everything. It felt like secondary, or that you somehow didn't prioritize you in the process here. Could be a mother who didn't prioritize you as well. It could be the feeling that you had to be second. Or didn't regard yourself with much respect, maybe. Maybe you had your boundaries crossed so many times that you were a very like a Pisces, not in tune with yourself somehow. Like a Pisces that dissociates and asocial, introverted, like that feeling. Again, the sense of hiding, but also with the feeling like I don't matter that much. Maybe the healing of other people's stuff was more important somehow. But when you did that, you also got an imprint of it, and now you're figuring out I have to deal with this somehow. Get this out. This is your main focus. You as a person, like the human you, right? Your I want to say almost the external you, like maybe your like style and haircut and it gets a feeling it's not, this is not where you have your priority. You are in a big internal process, it feels like here. Again, intuitive communication, it's an internal, intuitive, psychic silent whispers of the heart, right? The swords here are whispering to you somehow, something here. And you're figuring out how to heal it. I think that's also the overall energy. It's like you have a focus on how can I somehow heal this. It could even go as far as it's the entire trunk. Maybe your heart is like, maybe you literally have heart issues and your body is asking you to slow down, so your trunk is now, meaning your body is somehow affected by maybe this overload of imprint, and you have to figure out how to take the swords out, or at least that's your approach, that you figure that I want to take those swords out here because I believe that it's going to help my heart heal here. So I also feel like I'm connecting with a certain philosophy here. The idea that the body can heal itself if you heal the woundings attached to whatever illness you may have. The idea that the body is self-healing if you allow it to, instead of going to the hospital or going to the doctor and eat some hard pills or something. So I connect with someone here who is more of a I want to say an intuitive health. They have an intuitive health drive, perhaps. Realizing perhaps also when I'm out of my element, if I'm out of my element, as a Pisces, I can create stuff in my life that is not helping me. Maybe also realizing I have not been in my element, I've not been good to myself, I've been neglecting myself, and therefore I got this. Now I'm having my full focus on this, healing this, hoping that this will turn around, of course, but this is past, right? This is past. Now I have a crossing card here, and that tells me that maybe you hit a block, or something is now derailing you here. Yeah, Two of Swords. Two of Swords talks about being indecisive, not knowing which way to go. Holding two swords in your hand, but not knowing which one is the real truth or the right path to go. Considering, again, this feeling that maybe you have taken out two swords of the heart and now you hold them here. Try to figure out what they are about. And it's just, you get nothing from it. It's not helping you. It could actually just be thoughts that keep spinning here. And it leaves you in the dark of something. You can't seem to find your way, still feeling blindfolded. Whenever you touch these two swords here, it's like they don't help you. They don't help you, and that's the reason why you got a broken heart, right? It's because these swords are not helpful at all. Maybe that's why I had the feeling with the Magician here that it's like, are they just derailing you somehow? Are they just... Whoever this is for you, I feel like they don't have a good influence on you. Again, that could be the feeling of telepathy. Could be the feeling you dream something at night and you wake up with a certain feeling and you're confused or something. Someone here is, whoever this is, they're not helping you here to grow or to get to a better place. Something here is like a bump in the road of your healing, I feel like. This is feeling maybe delusional. It's feeling confused, maybe scared also. Also the feeling of I can't seem to figure my way forward. And I hold these two swords, but none of them are helping me what direction to go in. And of course they don't, because they broke your heart here somehow. Whatever that means for you, some kind of truth, some kind of understanding, some kind of perception about something here that needs to change. And again, if you have been out of your element, not in tune with yourself, not feeling guided, not intuitive, I think you have extremely intuitive gifts here. But if they have somehow been cut off, you didn't trust in them. Maybe you were ashamed or like blamed for something here, for being like using your time on something like psychic abilities. Maybe you were never allowed to show it, or you were never allowed to trust it. Your parents may not have liked it. Maybe your mother didn't like it. Maybe she was like that as well, but it was closed down. It was shut off. It was ignored. It was shamed or blamed, so she didn't use it. And she wouldn't allow you to use some of this as well. And now you sit here and can't seem to find your way forward. It's like you don't have a guiding compass. You don't have it's like a part of you is missing, right, Pisces? Because that's part of you. It's a part of you to be very psychically gifted. And when you have no access to that, when that is not an inbuilt quality of yours, it's like a part of you is missing. That's what I feel like. Again, also why I have the feeling of second here. It's like, it's almost like this is not the full you. Like, it's not the full you. And as long as you somehow have merged with others, they have put on some of their stuff. And it comes across as a like pillows. Pillow over pillow here. So even if you have a voice down here that wants to talk to you, you can't hear it. Like there are too many pillows here. Too many for your conscious mind to hear it. So your subconscious is trying to tell you here, very psychic here, trying to tell you, but it's like you can't hear it. It's like the layers, they act like isolation, like you can't seem to hear it unless you take some of it apart here. Then you get to like the pearl here, the psychic voice, right? You get to it, or you get to the door that opens it. You get to open your eyes and see. You get to look through the window, right? But I just get the feeling that and again, remember, this is grieving also. Grieving, healing from like a broken heart. The swords here can be guilt and shame. Right? And when we carry stuff like that, it's very heavy. And it guides us to go in a different direction, right? We don't want to feel it. So we go in a different direction. And when you do that, you don't feel guided, right? You don't feel guided. There's still one sword left here to take out. It's still in the way. You can't see still. And again, look at how she's blindfolded here. Maybe that's what you feel like. I can't see. I want to see here. Like a clairvoyant sense of like seeing psychically, right? Even if I have dealt with these two swords here. I thought there were no more left. I don't know, I still have one here. But I'm dealing with these two swords here, and I still don't see. I still don't see anything. I still don't feel guided. I still don't feel connected with that part of myself. Like, I still don't feel connected with that part of myself, the pearl inside me. right? That special sense of me that can also guide me, right? This is the guiding system. If a fish doesn't have that guiding system, it will probably get trapped all the time, because it can't, it will not be able to escape. It will not have a sense of inner compass that allows it to know when to shift water, like when it gets cold in the winter time. Maybe it needs to start its travel to warmer waters in autumn, and not get surprised in December with freezing water and then be killed. It has to start its travel before it comes, as the birds do when they fly the long distances, right? They start beforehand, and they also come back just before spring, right? It's like they know, they somehow know, right? There's something guiding them that they can trust somehow. It's guiding them for their survival. It's guiding them for nurture, for food and everything. But I just get the feeling this one is holding two of the swords and feeling very confused with it. And I just have the feeling, if you're dealing with a magician here, a reversed, I don't think necessarily they have the best intentions here. Something airy, something that is swirling around you here. I don't know if you're listening to something, or you take advice from maybe you take advice from someone here. Maybe you listen to too many tarot readers, or you but it just doesn't seem to give you any answers. It just seems to, you're still sitting here not knowing. I almost want to say, when we look at her, she sits with the feet on the floor, on the ground here. If you should be a real Pisces, right, you should turn around and put your feet in the water, like she does, right? It's almost like you are trying to point yourself in a direction that is not really you, Pisces. Like a confusion here, somehow. And the confusion, of course, it comes with the broken heart. Something that the heart is not guiding you, right? It's not able to yet. But it is reversed, so I feel like you're getting better. Just be very mindful what is around you, the people around you, what they say, how they influence you, what they project towards you, conversations, what they want from you. A flyer here, 2 of Cups in reverse. Yet, whoever you have been dealing with here, maybe a magician here, I feel like this is not love, right? This is not love. Reversed. It's not love, this. It could be the feeling of the entire reason for why you are in this situation is and I get the feeling of it, like a non-exchange of love. Again, this feeling of pollinating, There's no pollinating. There's no exchange, no merger, no... And probably with a certain person here. It could be maybe a Gemini, maybe a Virgo. I still get Gemini, this airy element. Get Gemini here. Something is not merging. And therefore you cannot build your orange, right? Or you cannot have this... I even want to say, be careful what you tell yourself here. What you tell yourself, maybe about unrequited love here somehow. Be very careful what you tell yourself, because somehow I get the feeling there is no exchange here. There is no give and take. There is no reciprocity in a situation here. There is no... And also, I feel like if you're dealing with a person like this, or this is like you trying to want to switch the tables around and make this into a love situation, I get the feeling you can't do it. It's not possible. Whoever you're dealing with here is very stubborn. They are not changing their ways. And again, you have to ask yourself, if you want to deal with a person like this is not a trustworthy person. Like a dark magician, this can be like very, I want to say dark energy here. I've had like the magician in reverse come up a few times. I feel like... Can I have a card on the magician, please, here? Why do I get that vibe from him? Well, in reverse, it's not a good energy, but I just... Because the magician is, you could say, if this is a full-blown magician, they have all 4 elements at the table. They are able to manifest whatever they want. But this is like this can be a negative manifester. Someone who keeps manifesting negative stuff in their life. But it can also be someone who is, you know, like if they have been rejected, they could be revengeful, bitter, have bad intentions or like negative agendas here. So this is not someone to play around with, I want to say. They are not... this is not a fun energy at all to deal with. A few flyers. 8 of Pentacles in reverse and 8 of Wands. 2 8s. Both cards in reverse here. So 8 of Pentacles would be something like seeing the result of your labor. You've put in some seeds and hoping that it's going to turn out differently, or that you will, grow your orange, right? And then when you have the 8 of Pentacles, you start seeing the result. You start seeing the orange grow. You start seeing something develop. But it was reversed here. Nothing is happening. The 8 of Wands typically talks about communication, incoming, passionate communication with someone. the feeling that someone may be running towards you, that someone is coming towards you. But again, it was reversed. Nothing is happening. There may be no communication. Maybe there's no communication, no talk, nothing. Only something intuitive somehow. And this is where I ask yourself, are you sure that the one you are communicating with, or whatever is coming in, is actually coming from the one you have in mind here? Because I don't know. I don't get a good vibe from this magician here. There's no exchange. That's what I feel. There's no forward-moving offer. There's only silence. Silent whispers of the heart. Like a silent whisper of longing, perhaps, right? A silent whisper of longing for someone, but there's no exchange. No pollinating, no merger. And therefore you can't create the orange. Or you can't start building. It feels like you're stuck in something. Six of Pentacles. So this magician, it's the Six of Pentacles that it talks about equal give and take. Six of Pentacles is a card of reciprocity, equal give and take. But when I see this card always reminds me of the song Dance Monkey. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh, oh. Dance for me like you've been doing before. It's like, and we see how he gives her money here if she performs something. She does something here. She's creating magic or some kind of glamour or something. She's making the fairies fly, or she has a healing touch. This beautiful young little girl, innocent, pure, good-hearted, and somehow it's again this hierarchy thing that he's an adult, right, and this is a little girl. That how he's asking something of her here, and when she performs something, he gives her something here. So this is like not an equal give and take. I see this as like an exchange of coin. I see this as conditional. When you do this, then I give you money, or I give you money and then you perform this. I give you something and then you heal something, or whatever this is, right? But it's not unconditional, and it's Six of Pentacles does talk about that. Equal give and take, but he's in reversed here. I'm not sure at all he's interested in equal give and take. He may say that, or he may have put something forward here, but this card doesn't say that to me. It's a card that talks about hierarchy, power, difference. It also talks about knowledge different, like an adult male here and a little girl. It talks about like a difference of wisdom, but also a difference of worlds, because the little girl can be a Pisces, right? A little beautiful little girl that is connected with the fairy realm and like fantasy and the you would say the world of Neptune, right? The world of magic, where this one is very grounded and very like earthy, and doesn't believe in fairies and angels and anything like that. He may want the magic that this one can perform with the element of magic. Like he may want the nurture or the care or the healing that someone can perform through the magical realm, but he doesn't believe in it himself, right? So there could be this difference of worlds, world view or perception, how they that two different world views, how they see the world. Something has not been equal here. I still have to. It may have been shown like that. Like we see the red robe here of this guy and how he has a red robe. This guy in the picture, and I just have the feeling that he stands here and shows up like a trustworthy magician here, but I just get the feeling he's not. He's not. It can be a father-daughter dynamic, or father-son, or mother-son, or whatever dynamic here. But there's or boss and you maybe. There is something about a hierarchy level or power struggle. Did I say something about power struggle earlier? I think I did. There's something about the feeling of being entitled to be listened to or be served, maybe. Like, I'm the adult. When I ask you to come, you come, right? When I ask you to do this, you do this because I'm in charge. That feeling. I just have. This is not. It's not a good energy. This one. At the bottom of the deck for this shuffle, I get the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's someone who tricks you. Maybe they tricked you into a situation. They offered. This could be, like someone who offers children candy and asks them to come with them. And then when they come, it's like you get trapped, right? You get trapped in the. You get trapped in a. I see this sometimes as a wrestling ring, with the fire here burning around, like a wrestling ring where you are caught with a beast here. Like suddenly you need to navigate a very tiny little small space here where you are actually facing a beast here that can kill you. So maybe you got yourself involved with someone here. Maybe they offered you something and you accepted it, or you went with them, and it got yourself in trouble here somehow. Or potentially it could have been that this could be their agenda, right? That they wanna trap you into something. Some kind of power game or struggle here, where you are up against like a much bigger beast here. I don't like this energy here. I really don't like him. This one. And this is underlying energy, so it's like it's there, right? Always there somehow. It's the reason why you're going through some kind of change here, why you're trying to figure something out. And then I have something over here, and what's that? Just give me a moment here. Yeah, I get this feeling, as I said before, maybe it's something unseen, something, it's like you haven't access to it, you cannot see it. You know it's there, I think. You know it's there somehow, but you can't seem to access it. It feels very like fluffy, without form somehow. Like a cloud or a sense of smoke or something. It's very what's organic somehow, fluid, organic. Like I can't touch it, or I can't. I get like the only cards that I feel like could explain this is the fairy cards. Yeah, I'm going with the fairy cards on this one. Somehow I feel like I want to smudge. Again, this feeling of cleaning something, like I'm cleaning. I'm making I separate, like if we take the card like this, right? So you can see it. It's like I want to separate myself. Like I'm building some kind of bridge here between, where I'm cleaning something. I'm destroying or detaching or something here between that energy and my heart here somehow. That's what I feel like. I'm leaving it here for now, so let's just have a minute here. Whatever this fluffy I get, it's like you can't see it. I get something like galaxies and star rings and it feels cosmic somehow. Cosmic consciousness, like kind of. It's maybe you're asking for guidance or help to release yourself. Maybe it's like an archangel. Maybe it's you call for God or Jesus or another deity. You want cosmic intervention. Maybe you're waiting for cosmic intervention. Like I said, star ring, like something like the stars need to come together. So when everything is in the perfect position, then something is going to happen. Something like that, waiting for some kind of but there's like there's nothing, like you cannot hear it. It's fluffy, unclear, muddy, like you are reaching for straws somehow and not getting anything. reaching for straws and not getting anything. It's like it just evaporates between your fingers. And that could be what this is like, right? You sit here and it's not, you're not getting anywhere. Somehow I feel like I should say that the healing you're doing here is at least that's my opinion, that the healing you are doing here is supposed to be for you. For you. Not to get someone back or something, but for you. To realize how extraordinary you are. And how important and how vital and how beautiful you are. It's not to... If someone can see that, I want to say, then they don't deserve you, right? They don't deserve you at all. If you can see it still, I want to say, the time is probably not right for anyone to come into your life. But I get it, if you feel lost, and maybe we would like someone to come in and rescue us, perhaps, right? But I just feel like, let's have a look how, if the fairies can tell me something here about this. The Dark Lady. And it's reversed here, the Dark Lady. I'm just showing you her here. I want to read from the book for you about her. I'm kind of wondering whether you are Dark Lady. I was just wondering if you were looking for a competitive or a matching counterpart to a somewhat dark magician. To help you somehow free yourself here. Okay, let's have a look. It's the card number 20, if that means something to you. Dark Lady in reverse. So, the Dark Lady talks about unconscious power and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, and secrets. But it was reversed here, right? So when we block the Dark Lady, we may be frenetically active, occupying ourselves with the outer world and ignoring the call of the world within. We may be resisting profound change and renewal in order to keep our feelings repressed and hidden from ourselves. We may become aloof, cold, and inaccessible, holding back from others as a way of holding back from ourselves. When we twist her living process within us, we may experience sexual blocks or frigidity or impotence or some other form of disability in making connection with others and with the source of being. At worst, we use the magic of the inner realm for the purposes of destruction or manipulation, becoming black magicians. If we choose to do this, which is the closest thing the fairies know to an unforgivable sin, we may harm others, and we shall certainly do very serious damage to ourselves. This is not you. I reversed here, this is not you, but again, I have this feeling that it's because of like a merger. It's because something like an imprint is somehow maybe remaining in you somehow, and it leaves you sometimes maybe connecting with that energy here, because at some point you did connect with a dark magician here who is like that. Like they a dark magician is someone who does that destruction, manipulation, becoming like black magicians. If we choose to do this, which is the closest things the fairies know to an unforgivable sin, we may harm others, and we shall certainly do very serious damage to ourselves. That may be this could be the whisper. Like this could be the whisper you experience here. Like something is maybe wanting to drag you in a certain direction, feeling in a certain way, but it's not. Did I say something in the beginning? Something like, is it helping you? Like she's driven by bitterness, right? And anger, a rejection of love here, a heartbreak. And maybe you have a whisper that comes in, as I said, like the feeling of telepathy, or the feeling that someone is speaking to you, that someone from another realm could be speaking to you here. But there has been no real, tangible communication. There has been no, it's imaginary. It is, and again, it's just confusing you, right? It keeps you, it's not helping you to heal here. At the bottom of the deck, I get the Lady of the Harvest reversed here. It's keeping you from harvesting. It's keeping you from this imprint. Whatever they have done here, it's keeping you from harvesting something. You may hear something, like you may hear whispers, like the feeling of longing and all kinds of stuff that is, or lyrics in your ear that is, it reminds you of someone here. And maybe you have an idea that it must be them calling me, it must be them that I'm communicating with. I just have the feeling it's not really, it's just an imprint of them still residing in you. And it keeps you derailed from your path here. It keeps you derailed from you being able to harvest. As I said, it's like it builds pillows after pillow after pillow. And you can only hear it builds a voice and a voice and a voice and a voice, and you can only hear that. You can't really hear your own inner guidance here somehow. The imprints of others. are derailing you, I think. That's what I feel like. Strongly, I feel like that. This one is underlying energy, right? So this can be like subconscious beliefs. It can be something unknown, something you're not aware of, something around you, but that is impacting you. Underlying energy is always that. This is the underlying energy as well. But what we have here is different. So how do you perceive this person? What do you know about this person? What does your instinct tell you? Subconscious, what is your instinct telling you about this person? What was your very first feeling about this person? If you are still somehow, if they show up in your life, if you are around them, if you see them from a distance, how do they make you feel instantly? Do you feel like you get, does it feel beautiful? Do you feel happy? Is your heart opening, or is it contracting? Do you feel a bit frightened, a bit fearful? Do you want to crawl into your shell and hide? You have to go by those instincts, right? I feel like someone has left an imprint. They have left an imprint on you here. And that imprint is now confusing you because you have thoughts, right, that are not, it's like they're not yours. And they confuse you, right? And again, this one cannot be seen. It may be very like fluffy, as I said. It's like you can't touch it. It doesn't have form. It could be the feeling of like a ghost-like voice somehow that is not really helping you. But I want to say it's probably like the feeling of the imprint, right? That there has been some kind of energetic merger at some point, and now you're trying to detach yourself. And when you try to detach yourself, it's like it becomes highlighted, whatever this is somehow. And you may find yourself feeling some of this, like feeling that you are angry, that you are bitter, that you want to destroy something or manipulate something. And maybe you don't recognize that in yourself, that this is not really who you are. And I want to say it's not who you are. It comes from somewhere else here. And of course, this is not the one you want to pollinate with, right? Maybe this is someone from your past that you did have a sexual relationship with, and they have put an imprint in your soul, in your heart, in your energetic field that is still lingering somehow. And it prohibits you from moving towards your, like the harvest, right? It prohibits you from being her who can have your own, as I said, like creating the big orange, juicy, fruity orange here. Look at her. Look at her breasts here. How fertile she is. She is like the autumn harvest queen here, right? How fertile and she has like she is well-rounded here, right? And I just want to say it feels a little bit like someone had someone put an imprint. Can I have another card on this magician, please? Like this. And they are probably very good with their words. Again, it's like airy. It's very good with their word, maybe very persuasive, very charismatic. They could be quite likable. That's why we open ourselves up to them, right? They have this way of somehow getting like entrance somehow. They could be very charismatic, very good with their words, very persuasive, but not necessarily in a very like domineering, manipulating way. I think they are more cunning, this one. Like they're clever, right? They're clever. It could be someone you have been dealing with once, right? Someone who is really not, yeah. And it's just, it has left an imprint. So if you feel like this from time to time, I just want to say this is not your energy. It's not your energy, Pisces. The Phoenix in reverse here. Resurrection and surrender to change. Well, it's so interesting. And now with the orange color here, right? Because the Phoenix for me is like the phoenix that wants to rise within us. The Kundalini fire that wants to rise within us. It wants to heal. It wants to... when the energy is flowing freely throughout all of the chakras, this is where you have the magician energy. This is where you have great creative powers. The energy, the fire energy, the creative life force energy is flowing freely here. But this is reversed here. So somehow I get the feeling this is someone who, something or someone that is maybe not wanting that free flow for you. It's prohibiting it. It's derailing the phoenix from learning to fly and take flight. We know about the phoenix that it starts its journey, and when it doesn't succeed, it turns into ashes, and then it starts again. And it keeps moving until it gets passage, right? Until it takes flight. This could be your Kundalini energy that is challenged by something here. It's challenged by something, an imprint in you that it's challenged by. And therefore your phoenix has a difficult time to rise and fly here, and burn. We talk about the phoenix operates in the lower chakras, root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra, red, orange, and yellow. And it moves and it starts again and again and again from the root chakra, working its way up towards the solar plexus, yellow chakra, which is just beneath the heart chakra. So this is the one that helps us clear out all the old trauma, all the old resistance, all the old woundings that we may have in our body. And it does it again, and it tries again and again and again and again. But it feels a little bit like he cannot move that much because of something here that is really not working in your favor. So again, it can be a person around you. It can be someone from your past with whom you had maybe a sexual relationship with, or you had some kind of encounter with them. But they are there. A rejection, maybe. The feelings of sadness, heartbreak here is prohibiting you from getting the release. Someone is not liking your phoenix energy to... it doesn't want it to resurrect. It wants it to stay. Again, as I said with the Six of Pentacles, like the adult man and a little child, it wants you to stay small, perhaps, somehow. And therefore it's having an effect on you. This card can even talk about, I want to say, self-sabotage or self-criticism. It could be someone who has criticized you a lot, or who has like had some kind of dominance over you somehow. And it has left an imprint. It could be the feeling it has left an imprint of self-criticism or self-sabotage, and it's now prohibiting you, or not like putting a bump in the road, right? It makes you second guess yourself and never feel sure about your steps in life. And it doesn't want you to grow. It doesn't want you to heal. It wants you to stay, so that they are in charge somehow, right? That's what I feel like. You have merged your energy at some point with something or someone that is now not... It's a challenge, I want to say. It's a challenge because it's not really not helping you at all here. At the bottom of the deck, I get the River Queen. Well, I can't make this up, right? Someone not in tune with who you are here, who doesn't see their value, who's not respected for what you are able to do, what you're capable of here. The River Queen, flow, letting go, and natural movement. The River Queen for me is also strongly connected to the water, right? Queen of Cups energy, empath, very psychically gifted, letting go, flow, and natural movement. It doesn't want you to let go. It doesn't want you to let go. It wants you to stay bound to something here. And it doesn't want you to take flight. It doesn't want... We could even say that this is someone who wants you never to mature, never wants you to leave home, like never wants you to grow up, become an independent adult person. It could be someone who wishes you would always be a child and dependent on someone else. That there is something like that going on here with someone like this, who is not wanting you to leave the nest, perhaps, or take your own flight. This person doesn't want you to see that you succeed on your own. Like whatever you want to create and build, like the orange, as I said, whatever that may be for you. It's just a metaphor, right? But whatever you want to build, someone here doesn't want you to get to that success and realize your psychic potential, realize how beautiful you are here. They never want you to resurrect. They never want you to maybe resurrect the psychic gift you have here. They never want that. And they never want you to let go. They never want you to flow in the water. They never want you to have your own natural movement in the world. They want to keep you restricted, keep you isolated or locked in or whatever. That's what I get from these cards here. Not a nice energy at all, this one. I really don't like it. And I get the feeling it's like because you have something, there's something you have that they want or need. And they have somehow managed to put an imprint on you that locks you or has locked you for a long time. I feel like you're healing from it, but it's a difficult process, I think, because you are up against like your own inner thoughts about this, I think. Inner thoughts that actually come like an imprint from them. I talk a lot about like the programming we receive from parents and so on, and how it stays with us, how it's put in our, like it's part of our subconscious mind, how we perceive stuff in the world, how we see the world, and how we interpret the things happening around us and so on. And this could talk about that, right? That you have an imprint that comes from something else. And I get the feeling it's a strong one. Like it's difficult for you to break it somehow. Someone here is really not liking you to mature, become an adult, beautiful, fertile. Again, there's something about, we have like the naked breasts here and the wings, right? To take off as the phoenix. But she cannot fly because there's someone dominating the scene here, right? And again, this feeling of like these breasts here, it's almost like not wanting you to grow up and become a woman, staying the little girl or little boy, staying codependent, staying small, staying like innocent and small and easy to maneuver somehow. Someone needs that feeling of that I can, like I'm a puppeteer, I can control these people because they have something. They have something. You have something, Pisces, that they like, right? They like it. And they don't want anyone else to have that. They don't want anyone else to have access to that but them. Sea serpent. There is something about like a like this is the treasure, right? This is like the pearl in the middle. And something is going on here that is extremely beautiful, but it's locked in, like it's kept. Isolated or It's kept out of reach, out of sight. Like this idea, you are mine and only mine. You're mine and only mine, right? No one else can have access to what we have together, or you are small here, right? And I keep you away or locked away or from the mundane, ordinary life here. Yeah, I keep you away from the sea, right? The water here, it's like a Queen of Cups. You keep away from the sea, which is her element. Because if you let her out, it's like having a fish in an aquarium, right? And you can't put the fish out in the sea, then it's going to swim away. So I keep it under lock here. I keep it in a box so that it will not annihilate me. It will not leave me. It will not leave me. I have to keep it in a box so that it will not leave me. If I let it play with the other fish here, it's going to swim away. Someone is like has been exercising a sense of control, I feel like here. Not allowing the fish to swim in the water. As I said here, something like if you just knew you were a fish, you could turn around and put your feet in the water and swim away here. Because that's your element, but you have never been shown that. Right? You have never been shown that. This could be like a fish who has been growing up in the woods. It doesn't even know it's a fish, right? It doesn't even know how to swim. Maybe you've never learned how to swim. Maybe you are afraid of the ocean because you have been taught that it's dangerous and there are sharks out there, whatever, right? Maybe you have never learned how to swim. Maybe you have never learned how to use your emotional psychic gifts here, your intuition here. It leaves you very confused. It leaves you maybe fearful. You have been constrained by something here not to interact with your natural element. You've been kept away from it somehow, not allowed to develop it. And I feel like it's still somehow prohibiting you from getting to the core of something here. I feel like the magician here acts as the serpent here. It's still maintaining something. But and you are facing it, like, or you feel it. Again, the sea serpent is, we say, spiritual here, but it's but I get the feeling could be that someone is, or someone was acting as a protector, but I get the feeling it was not to protect you. It was from prohibiting you from leaving. Prohibiting you from leaving somehow. If I let this fish swim with other fish, it will swim away. I can't find it again. But if I keep it in an aquarium, I can still look at it. I can still watch it. I can keep it under control. I can choose what's in the aquarium, right? I can choose how much food you get, how clean water you have. I decide that, right? You see what I mean? It's like, yeah, keeping a fish away from the water. Dry it out or make it feel so alienated from the water because it doesn't remember, right? It doesn't remember that it belongs to the water. It doesn't remember. So when you actually sit by the water, when you actually sit here, you're not quite sure how to interact with it. You're not quite sure how to get in touch, in tune with it again. Maybe it scares you more than it opens everything up for you. It's like getting to know an entirely new country, right? New food, new language. No, you have no friends here. It's like opening yourself up to something you have never seen before. It's your natural element, but it doesn't feel like that. That's what I feel like. It's something like that. I really get the feeling that Spirit wants to, like, this card also talks about healing emotional wounds, and I feel like you are in that process here of healing these emotional wounds. But I specifically asked for a card for this magician, and I just get the feeling that they don't want you to leave somehow. And it can be because they are actually carrying a lot of emotional wounds and they need you here to stick around. They want you to stay. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't... Sometimes I see this also like an eye, an eyeball, or like the pupil, right, of an eye. But again, I feel like it would talk about the third eye. It would talk about seeing something beyond the veil. Maybe you are realizing something now and you want to see beyond the veil of something here, right? You want to have access to whatever is on the other side. At the bottom of the deck, I get the cosmic egg again reversed here. It's like something is not... you're not allowed to hatch, right? You're not allowed to hatch. Again, a spirit card here, but I just reversed here, right? And we see the snake. And I was actually looking at the snake... like a tie here around you. Maybe it's, well, it could actually be that you are the magician here and you want to change something, but something is here. Something has left an imprint on you and you are not aware that you are wearing something here that is actually not, that is this snake here that keeps the egg from hatching. To get my point that these go together, that the magician in reverse and the dark lady is the same. But the point is that the reason why it's here in the first place is because it's an imprint that has been given, left with you. And now you're dealing with the repercussions. You're trying to heal yourself from something. But the snake, look at, again, the similarities of how the snake is biting his tail here. How the serpent is biting its tail, right? Something is left something is still here, I feel like an imprint. You're trying to release yourself from it, but needing to do something maybe destructive or something, and it comes with the feeling of sin and guilt and shame, perhaps. Like it's a difficult cord to break or to cut here. And you are considering how to do this, how to make the sea serpent let go here. Maybe in the most, I don't know, innocent way, or the most but it's like you are dealing with it. The snake is also here, like, and sometimes I see the snake as a protector. It wants to keep the egg safe while it's growing, and then eventually when it's ready, the snake lets go and it can hatch. But I also see this sometimes as an egg that, well, maybe it does want to protect the egg, but it also wants it to keep it that way. Like this is like the precious, right? The precious. And I'm keeping it here because I want it. I want it to stay here with me. So I keep it. I just lock my power around it so it cannot hatch. And I see the beauty inside it, right? It's like holding a golden globe of something. And I see how beautiful and shiny light there's in here. And I can keep it this way as long as I want to. As long as I lock my power in, I can do that. If I release, it will hatch and fly away. It will be the phoenix, right? And it will fly away. And I don't want that. I want it to stay. I want you to stay. I want you to be here with me, not leave me. It can be, and I feel like that was something about the Six of Pentacles and this power dynamic, and so it can be someone who is more powerful than you, stronger than you, physically stronger than you, bigger than you, older than you, taller than you, someone who is, it could be a boss, it could be a father, it could potentially be a mother, but someone at some point, there was this hierarchy difference, right? Between you and someone else. And I feel like it's still here, the imprint is still here somehow in you. And maybe you haven't been seeing that, or it hasn't been that clear to you how much it actually is disturbing your progress. It's disturbing your forward moving, like I also want to say the feeling of compass, right? It's like they may have said all this stuff about, but I'm just here to protect you. I want you to be safe. I want you to know that I'm always here for you and all this stuff. But it has actually just made you immature. It has left you with less willpower, and the feeling that you are not free. The feeling of not being free. And it has nothing to do with love. Like it's a codependency power dynamic. It has nothing to do with love. That's what I feel like. So again, take it how it resonates for you, but I feel like it's and again, they may have come across as very charismatic, like they are very good-hearted, they have good intentions, they want just to be there and help you, they want to be a good protector, they want to like look at how the flowers are like really growing around. This could be a very abundant person. They may have a lot of money, they may have like status, maybe they are successful somehow in business, but I just get the feeling underneath it all there's something else here that they have not been sharing. Like they have this need to possess someone, I feel like. Possess. Interesting word choice. Possess is like being possessed by a ghost, right? Or like a ghost, like or a curse or something, like being possessed by someone else's energy. I really don't want to go there, but they need something from you. Okay. What is it that this person needs? What is it that this person needs? Or this energy needs? Two of Pentacles as a flyer here. Two of Pentacles talks about well, having a little bit too much on your plate, having too much to deal with. But this card to me has a different meaning as well. I get we see how the eternity symbol is here as well on the Magician card here. It could be a little feeling like you're mine forever. This is an eternal ongoing process between us, maybe through several lifetimes. Like you will always be mine, no matter where in our lives. We have like the young girl, we have the mother and the crone here. It could be something like the feeling that this has been with me since I was a child, throughout my adulthood, and it's going to be with me even when I am an old woman. So like the feeling of being attached to something. They need you to be attached. They need you to be in the loop with them. Yeah, they need you to be in the loop with them. In this, like the eternal loop with them, somehow. They need you to stay within, again, within the egg. They need you to stay within the loop with them. It comes across as quite narcissistic, I want to say. Possessive, right? But also secretive and hidden and maybe covert. Like it's not, maybe it's not quite said out loud. It's like this silent incoming feeling of something that kind of takes hold on your heart. As I said over here, this energy was like I'm grasping for straws, and I can't exactly pinpoint what it is, or I can't find proof perhaps. I have nothing tangible. I have nothing tangible, but it's here somehow. The feeling of being manipulated or something it's here, but I can't find tangible proof of it. It's like this silent whisper that just is around me somehow. And I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. But it just gets the feeling that it possesses me more and more, like it comes closer and closer and closer around my heart. That feeling. Okay, what is it they need here? 9 of Cups, yeah. They want you like this. They want your love. They want the beautiful... well, she is actually carrying a child here, but she walks the beach with like this white dress, like a beautiful, loving, caring, but walking by the beach, you're not swimming away, right? You stay. I also see her as a bride, right? The white bride. Potential mother here. Someone needs that. They need you to be this... like a pure... innocent, potential bride-like young woman, loving and caring, nurturing, how she nurtures the belly here, nurtures and loyal. She stays, she's not swimming away, and she carries a lot of love here, like the 9 of Cups, right? She is the overflowing cup of love here. That's what I feel like. They need that. That's what they need. That's why they want you to stay. You like, this is the pearl, right? The pearl. Like, you are the pearl that they covered, right? They need you to be around somehow. And they need you to be like that. Be like this. At the bottom of the deck now, I get the Magician again here, and now he stands in the darkness here. You see, it's like... it's almost a little bit like someone that dark needs someone as bright and light as this to weigh up the energies, right? It's like dark and night and day. It's like an opposite. Like, they need something like this to be around them to make up for their maybe darker sides here. It could even be that when you are around they are less dark. Like they become, he's upright here, right? He can control himself a little bit. When something like this is around, then he can control himself. But without it, he becomes like obsessive or possessive or manipulative and destructive and demanding and domineering and controlling. To get my point, like the brightness of this needs an opposite, which is this. Maybe that's why you got attracted to each other in the first place. This is the best I feel like I can get from this energy. It is kind of shadowy. It is kind of shadowy. This guy has been showing his face for a while now. During the readings, he has come up before. Can we have an advice, please, on this energy? Because it's kind of, I feel like you're really dealing with an opposite here, like an opposite that really, I want to say, it brings the worst out in you. It can bring the worst out in you. Potentially it can. Like it's really, it gets you to feel certain things, but it's not yours. Like I really feel that it's a leftover imprint from them, but it leaves you feeling confused, I think. Okay, an advice, please, for Pisces in a situation like this. Yeah, I want to say possessive. Like they want to possess you. And that makes sense, right? They want to possess this brightness, beautiful, pure innocence, goodness. Why does someone want that? It's because they don't have it, right? We covered something that we don't have ourselves, or we feel like we are disconnected from ourselves. So whoever this is, or what this is something that doesn't feel pure or good or loving and caring, and they know they have a dark side, I think. They are aware. They know they can be quite destructive and something like that here. Therefore, they need this. They need to connect with this. Have this somehow. Otherwise, they long for it, I think. They long for that. They long for the healing that you have. The healing heart you carry. The beauty you carry. It's almost like the Beauty and the Beast. As I said with the nine, was it the Nine of Wands showing up, like you are put in a wrestling arena with a beast, right? So the Beauty and the Beast, but the more and more you are around the beast, the more you can get the beast also, because imprints are put upon you, right? Imprints are put upon you every time. So the potential Queen of Cups here is maybe no longer a beautiful Queen of Cups. She has imprints now from the opposite. So she is no longer only pure and white and virgin-like and good and everything. She has now imprints of something else as well, which this one doesn't want. They only want this, right? It's like the Beauty and the Beast feeling I get from this energy here. Again, this can be a potential mother, right? Someone could be looking for like a mother energy. Good, beautiful, bright, shining pearl of a potential wife and mother here. Like they need that, the love of the mother. Maybe they didn't get that. Narcissists don't, right? They are wounded children. But it doesn't mean that you should stay with them. I believe that psychologists believe that narcissists and psychopaths cannot be healed. They can become aware, but they cannot be healed. So you have to figure out whether you want to have a person like this in your life, or how this has affected you somehow. Okay, an advice card here. Unity. So I ask for an advice card and I get unity, which to me normally talks about like a merging of masculine and feminine energy. And how the life in the womb is created here somehow. The orange color, the womb. I sometimes see this even as like the ovaries and within the feminine body, the womb, ovaries, and so this is an advice. Needing to merge. It talks about, the advice seems to say that unity could be required for something to heal here, for something to work out. And then I ask myself, why would I merge myself with an energy like this? At the bottom of the deck I get the piper. So here we have the whisper or the song or the lyric or the poem or the that you may hear, that may be transported. Okay, but that could be interesting as well. Maybe we talk about a different merger here, that you are not supposed to merge with whatever this energy is. That the merger needs to be with the piper. Interesting. I get the idea that we have to, within ourselves, we have to balance our inner shadows and our inner light. So the feminine and masculine energies, that we need to realize that we are both, that we have both. In this case, I feel like I've said already that it's like an imprint has been left with you, in you. And therefore maybe you need to realize that you do have this. Like realizing it, accepting that you have been influenced by something here that potentially is so much different than this other side of you. But this other side is very unawakened or untapped into, unexplored, but also not trusted, I feel like. And maybe there is a need to merge like your Your experience needs to merge, like an acceptance of all energy you may feel. If this is an external person, I'm not saying you should be with them, but you should realize what kind of impact they may have had on you, what it has left you feeling like here. Let's just have it's the card number 1. So it talks about it says unity here. Okay, it says unity is about union, mysterious experience, and spiritual home. So now it makes sense, right? You need to like unite with your spiritual home, like the spiritual home in you. But I want to say the spiritual home is something that uplifts you. And that's probably the difference if you're listening to the piper here. If you're listening to, let's say, telepathy or lyrics coming in your consciousness, or again, as I said, if you watch movies or you watch, you have conversations with others, how does it make you feel, right? Listen to how it makes you feel. Because if it's not nurturing your spiritual home, if it doesn't make you feel safe and happy and like truly connected and loved, that's not the right place for you. You have to listen for something that, I want to say, that kisses the heart, not oppresses it. So be mindful about the air around you, I want to say. What you're listening to. What is influencing you. Okay, unity comes first and last. In between we have the illusion of duality, which we all believe in for a very long time. This apparent duality is ultimately shown to be an illusion. But it is an illusion, though, which we must pass, through which we must pass, through which we learn and grow, and then once again return to unity. You may have had mystical experiences where you have had true union with other beings, or even with the unity, the one who is all. Such experiences change our lives, effectively showing us that the saying, "we are all one," is not just a pious belief, but a statement of actual fact. We are not separate like the flowers in a field, but are one. The only way to reach this awareness is to surrender to the small everyday self, to the larger spiritual self, which is unity. Experiencing full oneness with the unity is transformative. Looking at this painting, one observer notes, all the power is focused in here, vast energies. It is as if all the power is looking for a place to happen. That is exactly what is going on. Unity is the energy of the cosmos, still unmanifest, still without form. Here we see the dark and the light, masculine and feminine, active and passive, and other polarities, all expressed in balanced energy-filled, vibrant union. All that is one, and that one is God, Goddess. It is the principle expressed from this, all else derives. This is the source from which we draw our strength, our very being. When this card comes up in a reading, it is asking us to remember the mystical concept that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others, and to seek cooperation and community action rather than attempting to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need the active cooperation of others, and to get the cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnership rather than in lines of hierarchical authority. Unity also tells us that we have much to gain by remembering our own wholeness. Resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we move ahead. It is important at this time that we work towards cooperation and reconciliation within and without. Seek the highest good of all involved and not merely your ideas of highest good. Ask for the divine energy of unity to permeate and guide you. Yeah, this is the advice card. Somehow I feel that, and it is the overall guidance, of course it is. But resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we move ahead, and that I feel like is crucial. Like you need to have like really beautiful inner conversation. Like the thoughts you have within needs to be purified, you could say. We cannot always only have good thoughts. As I said, something may have been imprinted here, within you here. And it can be difficult to only have or to administer something like this if we want to be a good person, let's say that. But somehow, again, being only good and not acknowledging that we may have shadow side as well, even something that has been imprinted within us. I think we do ourselves a disservice if we believe that we can kind of just shove it away. Getting to acknowledge whatever this is and realize, okay, maybe I have experienced something like this in my life. I have been designed or programmed like this. Something has made an imprint on me. But it doesn't mean that I have to follow it. The thoughts that come from this, the belief that I need to be like prohibited or living in a box, it doesn't have to be true, right? Instead, you need to like connect with the song of your life. Something that seems beautiful and harmonious and supporting and loving, right? And keeping that as well. The book said it also. Try to keep like the high vibration of not wanting ill will on someone else. Someone who may have like had this kind of influence on you, I want to say they have a lot of problems themselves. It's not to say that you should just forget about it. Maybe you can't do that, but they are troubled themselves, and it's not up to you to heal that. It's up to you to heal yourself and get to your own like safe place and feeling whole within yourself and your own, like finding your own balance. Whatever this is, yes, it had an imprint on you. It still has. It's still confusing you, perhaps. But I still get the feeling you are not, because this may still be here. It's not that you can't have your unity here. You can have that, but just not with that person, right? Don't put it like, don't, like, your unity here has nothing to do with another person. Like, they cannot give that to you. But be very mindful what things, how things around you like influence you. How does it make you feel? What thoughts do you get? Do you find yourself being drawn to music or movies that talk about unrequited love or stuff like that? Because then it's like you keep the voice alive somehow. And I'm not saying this to just be this golden person who knows everything. I'm just saying that because I struggle with this myself. I find myself be drawn back as well here. So, but I'm just reading the energy here. Another person cannot make you that happy. But it's about finding your spiritual home again. Opening some energies up here. Maybe you should literally visit the sea. Like put your feet in the water. Walk by the beach. Allow yourself maybe to sit and meditate and just trust that you are not just a pawn walking by the sea here. You are a queen. You're a queen here. Right? You're not just a little girl. You are a queen of the water. You have abilities here. Like you're not supposed to sit like that. Air is not your element, right? It's probably part of you. We all have air somewhere in our chart, but you being a Pisces, right? The water is you here, right? And she sits with the back to it, like it doesn't exist. Trying to figure out what to do with these swords, but this is not her element, right? This is like, yeah, it's like growing up in the, like wanting to be a bird, but you're a fish, right? It's a little bit like, yeah, like you have been, somehow you have been raised to be something else that is actually your natural element, your natural way of moving. You're the river queen, right? You're supposed to connect with the water. You're supposed to connect with your emotions. You're supposed to and find your strength in the water. You're supposed to have insight through the water connection. Not to fear it or to but I get it. If you have never been allowed to somehow check this out or play with it, play with the energy or something, if you have never had guidance, it's probably a really again, if you have been growing up in a little aquarium in some person's living room, and you are suddenly allowed to play in the entire ocean, this can be quite scary. and big, right? How can I do that? How can I manage myself? Maybe there's sharks here. I'm not safe, right? So maybe I should just jump right back into the aquarium here. And yeah, you can be safe, you could say, in the aquarium, but you will not develop. You will not be able to develop your skills. You will not be able to become like a stronger psychic person. You will not be able to take your blindfold off here. Again, especially if you believe that you have to deal with the world in a rational mind way here, Pisces. Like you will always go through the emotional element here. And if you have never done that, of course it will feel overwhelming. Again, the tune, maybe. The tune of music, right? Sometimes just the tune can make someone cry, right? It's... How does it make you feel? I really feel like that there's something about how does it make you feel. You need to feel here. And I get the feeling you need to feel and not necessarily talk to this energy. Not talk to it. And I want to say not necessarily talk to it, like have a dialogue with it. If you do have a dialogue with it, I want to say it's probably leading you down a rabbit hole. How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel bad? When you are somehow if you somehow connect with whatever this is, do you feel like you get into a destructive mode? A bitter mode, an angry mode? You really have to consider whether this is in any way helping you or if it's just derailing you. Can you in any way, shape and form find communication? Maybe from the wind, or if you walk by trees in the forest or something, can you in any way, shape and form find something that feels more uplifting? Something that actually feels healing? Instead of like blaming or criticizing here. That would be helpful, I think. It will bring you closer to the unity here. And this other person, well, they could definitely have been some kind of life teacher. Like they were supposed to show you something. But whatever they showed you, it was very tough lesson, I think, here. And it got you so much out of your own element here that you forgot who you were. You forgot you had your own tune, your own song. You have your own tune here, your own song. But everyone else also has one. And you have to decipher, do I want to listen to other people's song? If it doesn't feel right to me, if it's not my element, I'm not sure the airy element at all is helping you actually. I feel like this is what I have for you. I'm not sure I can get much closer with this. Yeah, now when I look at this card, I'm suddenly drawn to, like, we see the inside of the hood here, which is it's kind of dark. And of course it is, because the sun is not coming in there, right? But it also tells me that sometimes people only show us the front face. We don't get to see what's on the flip side. Like, we don't see we only see one side of the moon, right? We don't see the dark side where the sun is not shining. We only get to see, like, we only get to see something here, and maybe not the entire picture, right? Even yourself, maybe you only show people this, right? But not really when you feel moody and you are angry or something. You don't show that. In this light and dark element that we have both inside us, and sometimes we need to realize that we are not always only good. We're not always only bad. There's always something that is not seen. And the subconscious mind, can this also be like the subconscious is with you all the time, right? Beyond the veil of illusion, again, what your perception tells you here about yourself, and maybe about others. There's another element also, this idea that if we are actually not liking someone over here, maybe, and we're trying to protect ourselves with the shells here, or we try to stay away, or we hide, or we wear a hoodie here, maybe. It can also indicate that there's still something that we fear. That we fear the merger of something that we are not ready to take in. We fear the interaction with something that we are not ready to take in or to interact with. If we fear something, it has a sense of power. A power where we do not feel strong enough, and we feel whatever is over here is stronger. So again, we have a power battle. So something over here may feel stronger than something over here, and that's not the fact, I believe. The Unity card is here. You have no idea how powerful you are. I feel like Pisces here. You have no idea. But it could be a bumpy road, right? Could be a bumpy road. Maybe you feel like you need to hide because you want to gather momentum, you want to get the swords out, right? So that you're ready to stand with a healed heart. Like you want to be this light that blows them away, right? You want to stand in this beautiful, loving, connected, intuitive, psychic place where you are this, right? You are this person here. And you are free to like swim in the ocean if you want to, right? But it could be the feeling, I need to heal this first before I'm ready. So I'm shielding myself still. I don't feel ready to play in the big water yet. Or I don't feel ready to face the sharks, right? I don't feel ready yet. I had something about not feeling ready. Was it Virgo? Virgo reading, I think. This can be a Virgo. Gemini, Virgo here. Like not feeling ready to deal with like to take the blindfold off here and actually turn around and go swimming here. There could be a sense of loyalty issues, right? But I have always been raised to be a sword person. And now it's like I realize I have to like climb into the water, but I feel a loyalty issue here. If I choose this totally, 100%, maybe I need to leave something behind here, and I cut myself off from a family. And maybe I need to take that kind of decision, or I need to have that kind of boundary. And it gives me like loyalty issues, perhaps. Or fear come up. Again, if you have been taught to live within the aquarium here, it's a big step to like suddenly swim in the deep ocean here. Okay, this is what I have for you, Pisces. I hope this helped you somehow. Go with your own song here. Trust yourself. Create distance to people that don't seem like they are helping you, I think. Quite all right to cooperate with those you feel like you can trust. Be mindful about the song that people sing towards you. How they want to. This song can also be alluring, right? It can be a song of promises. It can be a song of like love letters. This can be a song that wants to draw you in, that has a magical, hypnotical sense of lure, to draw you back in somehow, a hoover. Be mindful about that, and figure out what your song is. Something that actually is like kissing your heart here, softly and gently. Again, love is patient, it's kind, right? It's not pushing, it's not like demanding, it's not it allows for things to like grow, right? It allows for things to come naturally to fruition. And I just get the feeling that something here has been restricted somehow. Yeah. I I would like maybe just one more card on the snake here, right? The snake, who may still somehow linger. It's like it's a tie around your the gut area, like the solar plexus here, the gut area. So can we have what is the snake, please? The snake around the gut area, solar plexus. That's our willpower, the go-getter energy, the confidence. Something could really have been shaking you up here and not allowing you to have your confidence, not allowing you to think for yourself, to have your own life, becoming as an independent individual. So what is the snake, please? The snake. One more card, please, on this. An interesting reading, but also I feel like it's not good energy. This is not good energy. Actually very bad energy, but I grew up with narcissistic parents, so I can handle this one. The altar princess. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. Yeah, you have definitely been prohibited from. You have no idea. Like this, I see this also as like the magician here, how she's creating something with her hands. An amazing healer here, I think. And how this is reversed, right? Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual, the altar princess. This is like a high priestess for me also. Could be a little bit maybe shaman-like. But they are just, again, the magician, right? So they could have very strong psychic abilities also, but they are not using it for good here, right? They keep you stuck here. And I feel like they have prohibited you from developing this. And at the bottom of the deck I get the word Lord. This is also air energy, right? Communication, praise and dishonesty. And we definitely are in the dishonesty apartment. Someone very strong with their words here. Someone very wise, perhaps older than you, but maybe wise in the sense that you were just a girl, so you assumed they were wise, right? You never got to develop your skills here. I get healer energy from this, like bringing something to life here. And it's actually the star, like she's doing something with a star here. Like a golden star. Yeah. Okay, this is what I got for you. I hope this somehow helped you. I wish you the very best, Pisces. Take very good care of yourself out there. Love and light to you. Bye-bye.